Hey girl, hey, it's your girl Kim. So it's been a hot minute since I uploaded because I had to self isolate for 2 weeks. So that was fun. So apparently I've been exposed at work because one of my patients in the past is now positive for COVID. And so one of my managers actually investigated the case, and then I was advised to self isolate. And then they tested me on the 14th. It took about a day because now they're expediting all the cases, especially for healthcare workers. So the following day, they told me like I was negative. So that's great. So yeah, I was still on self isolation mode for like till the 17th. And then now I'm gonna tell you a bunch of COVID stories because this thing is like a beast. So we've known about it last December. A lot of people are oblivious about it, including the president of the United States. A lot of people are like, I don't think it's not such a big deal or whatever. But I think it was only a matter of time until it crossed oceans, and then it will just devour the entire thing, like the country and a bunch of other places. So since January, because I know I'll be traveling in Europe, I was kind of worried because I know I'll be out of the country for a week or so, and I was in Denmark all alone doing the solo trip for a day or so. And I was just like, I hope I come back to the US and they haven't closed it yet. I was really worried at that point. And then February, it's kind of like we're stepping on eggshells. There's still not a lot of data about all of this. And I don't think America is actually ready for this. Like, seriously. Like, the supplies was low from the very beginning, and there's no way to secure supplies because I guess our suppliers are on the other side of the world, aka China and a bunch of Asian countries. I don't really know. There's not a lot of US suppliers, or I think that they're getting supplies from here at this point. So yeah, I think we got our first COVID patient in our hospital, in my hospital, like around, was it first or second week of March? And that patient immediately went to the ICU, and then we have a couple of rule outs on our floor. Before, we're not even getting hazard pay, but now we do, thank God. My first rule out actually just turned out to be pneumonia, and that person already got a lung problem. But then again, we don't have any data to back it up before. So we're just taking all the precautions like airborne droplet contact. And I don't really have the gear, to be honest. I'm just wearing that flimsy eyewear that's just plastic. Some people do have that ski mask, but I'm not one of those lucky few who got them. And of course, the proper PPEs and stuff. There's a shortage, and they're rationing it. Before, they were telling us that we have a good amount of supply, so we can just discard our N95s as we usually do. It's like a one-time use, but now we have to put it in a brown paper bag with our name, unit, home unit, employee number, and the first time we use it. Because apparently we can now reuse it 3 to 5 times, 45 minutes or something, 4 or 5 hours tops or something like that, unless it looks soiled, but it's still kind of like But yeah, since my hospital recently bought a UV ray robot to sanitize everything, that's what they're doing now. So yep. Have you seen those memes like Rona waiting inside my brown paper bag? Yeah, it's one of those. It really feels like I'm in a first world country, but it really feels like I'm in a third world country. And I really think that Asia is more geared towards fighting this thing than us. Like, I've seen my friends all wearing this like hazmat suits, and they're all geared up and totally like loaded, or appears to be. And they're doing mass testing over there. They're like, at least in the Philippines, they're like, I've seen on the news, or like, if they suspect a person having COVID symptoms, like they track the person, for example, on that flight and everyone on that flight, even though airport or airline guidelines doesn't allow that. But when this thing is going on, you gotta fess up. You know, you gotta tell like, hey, this is a pandemic going on. We gotta tell all this information to all the people on this flight so we know. Here, I don't think so. I don't think there's a no-fly zone yet. But oh my God, it's just ridiculous. Like, the president, Trump, he didn't order a mass lockdown. He just let all the governor decide, like, hey, it's up to you if you want to lock down your city. And I was just like, no, this is your job now. You have to tell everyone to like, everyone should be on lockdown, like all the other countries did. Because, like, this is fast spreading. Some people are still oblivious about it. But just stay at home. Be safe. Just go out when it's completely necessary. Practice social distancing. It will be fine. You know, like, we have all this modern technology to help us just stay in here. Have you seen those memes? Like your parents were called for war, and this is our war now, and we only get to stay at home. You know, just stay at home. Go out when it's necessary. You can still see your family and friends after all of this. Like, we're blessed to have Netflix and all these streaming services and smartphones and, apps and stuff that keep us entertained while the whole world is on a lockdown and a verge of, we don't even know. So we're still getting a lot of data, and they're testing a few viral drugs or medications to hopefully defeat this thing. Some companies are trying to develop a vaccine, but everything is still up in the air, so yeah. What else? So before, in my hospital, we're not getting hazard pay, but now we do, thank God. Before, they're saying that we're not supposed to wear a surgical mask because of the shortage, and it will just, put the fear on everyone. But now we do for 12 hours. And on top of that, now we have to reuse it, which I think is ridiculous, because those surgical masks are so flimsy that you're just supposed to discard them afterward, because it's going to be so moist by the end of the shift. I just discard mine because mine is always soiled. There's so much moisture in there, breathing in your nose and your mouth and talking, and it just so yeah, it's the same with the N95s. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. And what else? I'm really grateful for all the community coming together and all the donations that's been pouring in. People giving us food and supplies that they don't use. And it's really nice and heartwarming to see all these more heartwarming gestures. Even though we do this on the daily, it's nice to see the community coming together, supporting each other, and hopefully we all get out of here sooner than we think. Or I don't really know how long we're gonna fight for this, but everything is down. The economy is down. The stock market is down. But there's a lot of unemployed Americans. A lot of people filed for unemployment. And a lot of businesses are they have the turning point, hey, I don't know how long we're gonna last. We're just gonna lay off some people slowly but surely. But I don't really know what's gonna go on. But I'd like to thank all the essential workers out there from one to another. Thank you for all that you do. And when we think of essential people, we usually just think of nurses and doctors. But actually, there's a lot more. We have the housekeeping, engineering, all the cafeteria people. And when you think of other essential people outside of healthcare, we got the post office, people who's construction workers out there on the road. Thank you so much for all that you do, guys, all the essential workers out there. I really appreciate it to at least keep everything up and running, and hope we all come out of this as a better person, and we be grateful. Always be grateful for today, because we never know what will happen for tomorrow. And although the future is a blank page, we just got to do what we got to do today and survive and cherish and savor the moment. Okay, That's basically it. Take care out there. If you're, out there being essential, take care at home. Just be productive and work on yourself, and think about what you'd like to do when we all get out of this. Like for me, I think when we all get out of this, like I don't know, I feel like I'm just gonna stay at home, because I know everyone's gonna be out there. It's gonna be crazy out there. So I'm still gonna be staying at home because I'm a homebody. But yeah, that's basically it. I am rambling. Thank you so much for tuning in, and take care. This is Supergirl Kim, over and out.